What's up, you guys? Christian here. In this video, we're going to talk about HIIT for weight loss for beginners. So since this video is for beginners specifically, I'm not going to go into every single little detail about high intensity interval training. I just want to get you guys started on the right foot. If you do want to read an entire article on the subject of high intensity interval training, I have written one on my blog, Leanwithstyle.com. I'll leave that in the description below. It is an entire article explaining every single thing you need to know about HIIT. So first, we're going to talk about what is high intensity interval training, like a quick overview and how some people do it wrong and some variations of it. Then we're going to go into the workouts for you for beginners. So we're going to talk about a beginner workout, a HIIT workout at home without equipment. Then we're going to talk about if you're at a gym, a HIIT workout at the gym. One is without equipment, one is with equipment, so cardio machines or something like that. Cool, let's get started with the video. All right, cool. So before I get on to the workout behind me, first of all, what is high intensity interval training? If you've ever seen Rocky, think of that scene in Rocky 2 of them sprinting on the beach. That's basically HIIT in the simplest terms. You're sprinting, that's your high intensity interval, and then your rest. So that's when they're walking or whenever they're done with that sprint. So that's the easiest way I can explain high intensity interval training. You go at almost all out intensity for a short period of time and then rest. So a high intensity interval, that interval where you're going as hard as you can, technically it shouldn't be any longer than 25 seconds. So basically anywhere between 15 and 25 seconds. If you're sprinting at all out intensity, you're not going to be able to hold it for a minute or 45 seconds or whatever if you're truly going all out. So that's why it should be anywhere between 15 and 25 seconds. So a quick note on that 15 to 25 second interval, that's usually what most people do with HIIT. That's like the general recommendation. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do anything past 25 seconds because there are specific programs that recommend longer interval sessions and they do work, and any type of endurance training and longer interval trainings will help with cardiovascular health and weight loss in general. I'm just, for the simplicity of this video, I'm gonna stick to that 15 to 25 second range. So for high intensity interval training, as far as rest goes, specifically you wanna rest not too long, like 2 minutes should be the max. However, you also wanna rest long enough to where you could go all out again for 15 to 25 seconds at the same intensity. So if you sprint for 25 seconds, for example, all out intensity on like a treadmill or something, you want to rest for however long it takes to get back up to baseline so you could sprint at that same speed for the same time again. Now, since you're a beginner, this may be longer than what you're used to. So this could be 1:30 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. The goal is to decrease the rest time as you progress. So adjust accordingly. It's different for everyone, so there's no one specific answer. What I like to do is if I sprint, I like to do a 1 to 2 ratio. So if I sprint for 30 seconds, that means I rest for a minute. If I sprint for 1 minute, this is just an example, I would never sprint for a minute really. But if I sprint for 1 minute, then I would rest 2 minutes. So whatever you do, times that by 2, and that's your rest time. So in a nutshell, that is HIIT. So now I'm gonna move on to this HIIT workout at home without equipment. This is if you're at home, you have no equipment or nothing substantial, or maybe you're at a hotel, maybe you're away for some reason and you don't have a gym near you, can't access a gym for some reason, or you just want to do body weight. So if you guys have ever heard of Brandon Carter, he's an awesome YouTuber. He is specifically like the king of body weight high intensity interval training. If you've ever seen any of his videos, his most popular videos are his body weight, no equipment necessary, high intensity interval training workouts. This is an example of it. So for example, you would do all these bodyweight exercises in a row. That's one round, and then do that 3 times. So for example, you would do 20 seconds of burpees. So in a sprint-like fashion, like all out intensity, you would do burpees as many as you can in 20 seconds, then rest 10 seconds. Same thing for jumping squats, mountain climbers, Spider-Man push-ups, high knees, jumping lunges. These are all in a sprint-like fashion. Once you're done with this first round, you do that 3 times, and that's basically a beginner HIIT workout without equipment. So if you like that type, if you don't have equipment, you like doing body weight stuff, I highly recommend checking out Brandon Carter's Direct HIIT 90-day program. It's literally 90 days of these types of workouts. It starts you off easy, then goes on medium, and then hard. It's meant to get you ripped in 90 days. And I started it in my fitness journey. I like both body weight and cardio style HIIT, which I'll get to in a second. So highly recommend that if you're interested in more body weight style high intensity interval training, especially if you're a beginner. That's a great way to get in shape if you're a beginner. So yeah, Direct HIIT, Brandon Carter 90-day program. So now we're going to talk about a HIIT workout at the gym. So when you have equipment, and what I mean by equipment is cardio machines. So you have your treadmills, your Stairmaster, your ellipticals, your stationary bike. I specifically like this a little more than body weight. That's just my personal favorite type of HIIT cardio to do is on the cardio machines. I like sprinting. I don't know why. It just gives me a good feeling. I feel good after. So I do sprints on the treadmill. I have one in my garage, and whenever I go to the gym, I use that as well. So this is going to be a HIIT treadmill workout. So this is an example. So what I like to do, especially I'm about to do this after this video, believe it or not, is you do like a pyramid style workout. So you start off with a 3-minute jog. This is just a warm up, and then you go to sprints. So you work your way up to the highest speed basically. So first you start off at speed 9. Now since you're a beginner, I'm not really sure how fast you can run with good form. For example, so the treadmill at my gym only goes up to speed 12. I'd usually go to 11.5. Not too long ago, I couldn't run at good form at that speed. So depending on how much of a beginner you are, make sure to adjust this accordingly. So you might start at speed 7, and that'll make sense in a second. So go to speed 9, then speed 10, speed 11, 11 again, 10, 9. So you go up the pyramid, down the pyramid. Makes sense? Now remember that 15 to 25 second period that I want you to stay in for your sprints. Now at speed 9, that's not like all out intensity, at least for me anyways. So what I like to do is, since this is a up the pyramid, down the pyramid type of workout, I do this part for like 45 seconds maybe, 45 seconds to a minute. And then I rest how we talked about earlier. Then I do, since the speed is going up, I can only hold this for maybe 35 seconds. And then when we get to speed 11, that's when we get to the hardest sprints, right? So this is when I can do maybe 25 seconds, maybe 20 seconds at all out intensity with good form. Once past 25 seconds, I start like losing my good form. So I do that again after resting, of course, in between all of these. And then again, this goes to 35 seconds maybe, and then 45. And then this doesn't take too long. So maybe after all of this is done, I do like 15 minutes of incline walking. So this is a quick treadmill high intensity interval training workout. If you like cardio machines, this is something that you can do. Adjust this for like an elliptical, stationary bike, or Stairmaster, whatever have you, if you want to. But this is for a treadmill specifically. So we've went over both types of cardio. We went over the body weight, so no equipment, high intensity interval training, and then we did the cardio equipment, high intensity interval training. So if you like body weight style high intensity interval training, highly recommend you check out Direct HIIT from Brandon Carter. If you like doing cardio on machines like Stairmaster, treadmills, I fall more in this range. I like visual impact cardio from Rusty Moore from Visual Impact Fitness. I like both of these. I do like a mix of both whenever I can, but mostly I stick to the cardio machines. That's what I like to do. So if you're a beginner and you want to get a head start, The 90-day program from Brandon Carter of Direct HIIT is a great way to get fit. Cardio machines, if you like cardio machines as well, this is a great program as well. They're both beginner friendly. They both have beginner program cycles built into them. So that's going to be it for this video, you guys. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, push that notification bell, and I will see you guys on the next one.